Hello everybody, how are you doing today? I just realized I can't see chat. Hopefully. So, today, we're going to be racing this wonderful game that just got re-released, called Link's Awakening DX. So you guys may have seen this recently. There we go. I was expecting that of all things to happen. This game recently got re-released for the Switch, but this is the old version, middle one. This one was released for the Game Boy Color. And there's a lot of stuff that we can do in this one that we can't do in the other one. You'll see a lot of that soon. But to talk about the thing that you hear right now, I believe that's M-Chen I have hearing. You can name your person certain characters. I think it's Zelda in English or Tototeke in Japanese, and you get nice audio. So anyways, I'm going to give them a countdown, so that way we can talk about the game. And we'll be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! You know. Alrighty, so we start out, we've been kidnapped by these two crazy people named Marin and Terran. They found us on the beach. They dragged us up after a storm just absolutely wrecked our boat. And turns out they stole our shield. So we viciously take that back as soon as possible. And now we exit the house. Generally a good time to leave the house is like 24-25 seconds. You like that area. And now, because they didn't take our sword when they kidnapped us, we have to go back and get it. You know, on this beach riddled with monsters that want to eat our flesh. And take our precious 3 hearts. And I see both runners are going for the left side path. They're not doing a damage boost off the spiny in order to get the sword just a little bit early. But after the owl just goes on and on and on, we get our sword back. And man, the sword's great in this game. We can do spin slashes. So, I'm going to talk a bit about the category while we're walking. This is no save and quit, wrong warp, or out of bounds variant of any percent. Basically what this means is, we're not allowed to save and quit. We're not allowed to wrong warp, which means every entrance has to go to the place where it belongs. And every exit has to do the same. And no out of bounds, which means we're not allowed to go more than, I believe, I think it's like 3 pixels out from an intended tile that you walk on. So now, we're going to go up here and be talked at by this owl again. We're not really paying attention. Hoot hoot, something's up. Hoot hoot island, hoot hoot instruments, something something key. So, now, we're gonna head towards the log cave. You know, that cave that's in a log. And do a very precise spin slash here. And get us 50 rupees. Nice. So normally, you would go over here, get the mushroom, take the mushroom to the witch, and use that powder to turn Terran back into a person, because he's transformed into a raccoon. But we're just going to use this moblin to jump over this pit, just like Wolfos did there. And we're going to grab our tail key, and using some very precise buffers and movements, we're going to get away before this owl even has a chance to talk. That is owl skip, ladies and gentlemen. So, now that we're 50 rupees richer and we have 1 tail key, don't be sorry for the owl. The owl's long-winded. We're going to go on a little shopping spree. So, we're going to Grab these. Wait, we don't have enough money. Wait, Wolfos, what are you doing? Wolfos, you just stole that shovel! Meanwhile, M-Chan's over here grabbing his powder, because it turns out that you can just get powder from a trendy game. Which is a lot faster than getting it from the witch, and Wolfos dies. Oh no, that's not good. She buys those bombs though, at least she's not a horrible criminal. Oh, looks like she might buy some more bombs. Oh look, she's trying to earn back his trust. Oh wait, we don't have enough money to— No, what are you doing? No, stop! She just stole that bow too. Oh, and M-Chan, you're doing the same thing! How could you both? You terrible criminals, why am I commentating for you? So now, both runners are going to be mirroring each other. M-Chan needs to get his bow after buying some bombs, and Wolfos needs her magic powder. What, to include no stealing and having to earn, like, 1,180 rupees? No, that's foolish. So now both of our runners, rather synced up, are gonna head down to Dungeon 1, which is the Tail Cave. Nobody going for Pit Walk, I see, so their runs are invalid. And hitboxes. They work in this game. You could just stick the key right in on the side, because Link has long, noodly arms. So, Tail Cave beginning is rather straightforward. Both our runners doing the same thing. They grab the key from the beetle chest. Now they're going to go straight up, and they're going to go to the back of the dungeon so that way they can go get the dungeon item, which is quite possibly one of the most broken things in the history of a Zelda game. And M-Chan getting caught by that little mini-Zol slows him down. Ooh, both of them making that spiny room look just fine. So, if you've played the remake, or if you've played the original, you know what this item is. It's the Rock's Feather. Which, in a 2D game, allows you to jump. And that's positively wonderful. It adds a third dimension. So now, we can jump over pits. And now we can jump over enemies. And we grab that key in that chest. But the most important thing about this feather, we can use it to jump over things because we can trick the game into thinking that we're falling off a ledge. That is called a super jump. And there are a couple variants of it, but heaven knows it lets us break the game in so many different ways. So we're gonna be seeing that trick a lot. Also, the reason why we steal the bow is because it just shatters things. 2 hits to a mini-boss and they're dead. So now, we got the worst boss in the game, bar none, Moldorm. Random 4 slashes, 2 spin slashes, any mixture of the two. Kills him, and he can knock you into the pit, which basically just resets the fight, just like it does in Link to the Past. And now we get the Full Moon Cello, with both our runners having killed him. Get back to racing, M-Chan. Alright, so now that Dungeon 1 is done. The owl's gonna be long-winded again. He ain't gonna be beating PB for long if he keeps on messing around. Hey, it's a PogChamp tune too. So, these kids want to tell us something, but because this is Japanese, we could just press the B button and skip it. Something about something really bad happened? I don't know, let's just go north for some reason. Back to the forest. Now, to explain something, we got a precise amount of kills in Dungeon 1, and we're going to get a precise amount of kills here in the forest, because we're going to be routing in something called Piece of Power, which is a drop that has a variable drop depending on how many enemies you kill. It starts out at 30 kills for the first 5 or 6 hearts you have or something, and then it increases from there. And we're going to be trying to route that into as many dungeons as we can, because it increases your attack power, it increases your knockback, but most importantly, it increases your movement speed. So now, our runner's taking care of this Moblin cave, fighting the King Moblin. Wolfos having a tough time with that quad Moblin room. And M-Chan making quick work of King Moblin. Just stick him in the corner, spin slash him. Call it done, and we're gonna get our best buddy Bow Wow. This Eldritch Horror is going to be helping us out for the rest of the run, because we're not gonna take him home. Now, we're gonna try to access the swamp. There's 2 rocks there, we can't get through that. But, with the magic of glitches, we could just clip right through, so that's a flock clip. And if you interact with a block that has a text box, when the text box activates, you can continue to move just a little bit, which allows us to just slip right through the little gap between the tree and the block. We're going to see it a couple more times. So now for the only place where powder's actually needed in this run, those 2 statues. And Wolfos having a bad time with their Bow Wow. That's unfortunate. And there's Piece of Power for M-Chan. Couple rooms behind where he wants it, but it's still good, he got it. And now, the rest of Dungeon... not the rest, but a good portion of Dungeon 2 from here on is going to be pretty standard. You know, kill things, jump things. It's Pete's power, yes. It's turtle time. So a key thing to note here is that there's a specific timing right there to jump on both those platforms for a cycle, and that works because if you're in a 2D section, you can jump higher if you hold the feather button. And once again, 2 arrows takes down a mini-boss. We kill that thing before the music even starts. And now, normally we're supposed to light these torches to kill these ghosts, but if we get them off the screen, it's fine. And M-Chan messing it up a little bit, gets the chest in the way, but he gets the power bracelet, or the croissant. This delicious thing allows us to pick up pots. And now here's the room everyone hates in this dungeon. We have to kill these enemies in a very specific order. It is Pole's Voice, the Little Rabbit, the Keese, and the Stalfos. They're dead, so we get the boss key now. And we're heading on to the boss. Now for another little glitch. That drop block right there, that one that M-Chan's about to walk on, will fall if you're holding anything above your head. That includes a pot, that includes a bomb. It works. And now here we go, Genie fight. So this guy's gonna pop up, you know, you can't hit me as long as I have my bottle. He's atrocious. But, once again, with the magic glitches, we can do anything. So, something I haven't explained is wall clipping. So, we can go inside walls, basically, just barely. And that allows us to do things like super jumping, or getting the bottle of the genie stuck in the wall so it immediately breaks and we can kill him with a bomb and a bomb arrow. Oh right, bomb arrows exist. So now we got the conch horn. And M-Chan's finishing up his dungeon as Wolfos walks into the boss fight. Not too far behind. This is a run where things can and will go wrong. You can see very clearly there on Wolfos' screen, she's basically inside the wall. She throws the pot breaks immediately. And the genie comes out, because the pot doesn't know what to do if it's inside a wall, so it just breaks. So now, a little bit of overworld movement for M-chan as he heads towards Richard's Villa, which is where D3 is, and Wolfos has cleared Dungeon 2. So another time to explain it, bomb arrows occur when you press bombs and arrows. Basically at the same time, just press the buttons together. And you shoot out an arrow with a bomb on it. It explodes upon impact. Now, here's the kicker. We don't do the trade sequence because we don't need the stick, because we have this little trick. It's called Villa Skip, which is we're buffering on this pit until we hear the fall noise. And because of the way buffering works, we're going to go down a little bit. So we're standing underneath the screen, basically, because there's a little solid tile right there, and it allows us to just drop down. Which prevents us from having to do anything for Richard or Candlelight Castle, because we just pick up this golden leaf that turns out to be the slime key. And now for Villa Escape, we're going to transition onto an occupied tile, and it just drops us onto the first tile that we can walk on. And now a couple precise hops. Then Link's going to use them noodly arms to unlock this dungeon from the backside, preventing us from having to go around. And here we go, Dungeon 3. So, once again, kind of standard for the first bit. Slash, jump. Slash, jump, slash. Wolfos getting her Villa Skip. Once again, getting very precise amounts of kills so that way they can route in that piece of power as much as possible. But, here's the thing. There's also another drop called a Guardian Acorn, which you can see there on the top of M-Chan's screen. You don't want to pick that up, because it will prevent your piece of power from spawning. And that's a sad day indeed when that happens. And there's M-Chan's Pizza Power. And now for a trick we like to call the Dongo Skip. So that was a super jump, where we use the sword to clink off the Dodongo, and just use the knockback to propel us over the block onto the other side. It's a very fun trick. It's a nice rhythm to it to get it. Alright, M-Chan gets his boss key. So, did you enjoy that Dodongo skip? Boy, I sure did. Would you like to see it again? There it is. Now here's another use of flock clips. We use the text box from the key block to just slip on through without ever needing a key. Alright, take care of these enemies. Run on through. And here's the boss of Dungeon 3. This is Slime Eye. So we gotta break him apart. Hit him right in the middle. Give him a nice slash. And because we still have piece of power, we have increased attack power. Which means this guy goes down like a sack of bricks. So, M-Chan getting his Sea Lily Bell, while Wolfos gets a late piece of power. If you have time to chat on Twitch, you should be going faster, M-Chan. Oh no, Wolfos not getting her second Dodongo skip, sadly. There we go. So now, once again, running around the overworld a bit. So here's the thing, there are two different variants of the route for this category. One of which splits D4. The other of which does something that I think M-Chan's doing right now. Alright, so he's gonna go do D6 early. But wait, you don't have enough health. You can't do things like this. It's awful. We're gonna use a couple of tricks to do this. So here we go, Armos Maze. And Wolfos killing her Slime Eye and getting her Sea Lily Bell. Keep on trucking, pal. So using Boots and Shield here, we can get through the Armos Maze pretty quickly, along with the help of Bow Wow, who can eat Armos. And we come up here to the Southern Face Shrine. And turns out that dash attacking does more damage than your standard slash. Who knew? But M-Chan unfortunately doesn't get it quite precisely, and he has to use spin slashes to finish up the fight. But he gets away with it without getting a hit, and he gets a face key for his efforts. Alright, so he's going to be running on through back to where we get to the Face Shrine entrance. Meanwhile, Wolfos is going to go do something else. So her route splits Dungeon 4, which means she's going to go get the key for Dungeon 4 right now. So something I didn't explain, or the first time that I will be able to explain it, is if you place a bomb on 2 sequential frames, say on a transition, you can perform what's called a bomb trigger, which activates cutscenes on that given screen. So we activated the cutscene without Marin. The side effect of this particular one, which is called Walrus Skip, is if you mess up your timing, you will be soft-locked, because the rabbit will come on and try to take Marin, but Marin's not there, so oh well. Meanwhile, on M-Chan's screen, we saw him do what was called a Jesus jump, which basically means that we pause the frame that we land on the water, and we use it to jump again. You know, like walking on water. Hey, that's where the name comes from. Now, Wolfos is fighting something. I don't know. It just turns out like a key appeared in a pit. And M-Chan's heading through Dungeon 6 now. So the key difference here is that later on, M-Chan will not need to split up D4. There is no Danger Noodle. It doesn't exist, because it was never shown on screen. M-Chan will not need to split up D4, because if you finish D4, you get the ghost cutscene. But it turns out that one of the things that gets rid of the ghost in the game's code is the level 2 power bracelet, which M-Chan just grabbed in Dungeon 6. So now he can finish Dungeon 4 without fear. And Wolfos now is going to be heading back up towards the waterfalls in order to open up Dungeon 4. Nice little bit of running here. Oh, please, don't butter me up. So, M-Chan's heading towards the worst room in this dungeon. This is Wizrobe room. If he has Piece of Power like he does right now, it's a bad time, but he nails it perfectly. Alright, so here's a couple of neat little super jumps. Nice little bit of movement. Get up here, where we would normally have needed to do the entire dungeon in order to get to this point to open up this chest that has the boss key. But now we can just do the dungeon backwards and head straight to the boss. Meanwhile, Wolfos is opening up Dungeon 4. And this super jump that M-Chan did is very important. If you go too high, you soft lock. And he got it just right. There's a very precise visual cue that you can use to get the right position for that. So now normally, we'd be coming back through this way the other way in order to get the boss key with the hookshot. But because we have super jumps, we don't need no stinking hookshot in Dungeon 6. And Amchan, having the blessed cart, gets horse heads first try. That is a 50-50 chance for either of those to land heads up, 25% chance to get it first try. And now another flot clip to get through that little key block. And I couldn't see, but I believe Wolfos got the most important trick in the game, which is obstacle skip. I will say this, none of these tricks work on the remake. The remake is a totally different game, and has its own tricks and its own troubles. We have similar things, but they are not the same at all. So now, Amchan able to damage Facade here, the boss of Dungeon 6, a little bit early, because his hitbox exists when you walk into the screen. And he goes down in 5 bombs. Now Wolfos getting ready to not dumb jump, because dumb jump is dumb. And now Amchan has gotten his coral triangle. So Wolfos doing the second cross jump here. Just basically taking out 4 different rooms of the game. Don't need it. And now there's Oddball. No, we can just lock him in place. He can't do this in the remake. We're playing specifically on Japanese 1.0 because 1.0 has all the glitches we can do on it, such as super jumps. In 1.2 versions, you can't do full super jumps, but Japanese text is also faster and we can skip text blocks with it. So the kids who tell us that Bow Wow's been kidnapped and Madame Meow Meow's been attacked, you just mash B and it gets rid of their text boxes in one instead of having to go through all of them. So Wolfos now, having her flipper, not flippers, flipper, leaves Dungeon 4 to go do Dungeon 5. Whereas Amchan is now going to go get his Dungeon 4 key. Just a little downtime here. Just overworld movement. And both of our runners doing the top screen strats for this walrus skip. And he gets it just nice. That looks right. Oh dear, that's unfortunate. Now, Wolfos has entered Dungeon 5, the Catfish's Maw. This dungeon is notorious for being the most annoying dungeon in the game, but Wolfos getting that piece of power, very nice. So I should also mention, because of the trick that we did for Walrus Skip, we don't have any control of our face buttons, so we can't press Start, Select, A or B. So we need to enter a transition, which is the cave that we enter right there, to regain use of those. But hey, look, key just appeared for him too. It's magical. So now he's going to be doing the same run that Wolfos did earlier. But now Wolfos gets to start the most fun. So in this dungeon, the not mini-boss, Master Stalfos, has stolen the dungeon item, the hookshot, and you have to fight him 4 times, where you knock him down, and you place a bomb, you knock him down, you place a bomb, or you just wail on him with bomb arrows and place a bomb. Funnily enough, you can actually kill him like that, but he only drops a key and he still appears on the others. And there's a very nice timing to getting all of these quick kills down. So we place a bomb, we throw it, we wait for a shadow to drop. Oh no, Wolfos misses the spin slash. That is unfortunate. But she's going to be able to recover it nice. You know, get on the standard way. There we go, M-Chan opening up the glorious face of the Angler's Tunnel. Let's see Wolfos make some quick work of this Master Stalfos fight. Oh, I'm not sure if that hit. Don't believe it did, no. That's unfortunate. Now that's 3 Master Stalfos fights done. You need to go do the 4th back at the very beginning of the dungeon where we got the key. But a little super jump here prevents us from having to go all the way around to go get this. Now prepare yourselves, guys, because we're going to go do one dumb jump. Not that jump. This jump. So normally you need the hook shot to get across here. But if you position yourself just right, you can make it without ever needing the hook shot. Very nice. There is a difference in routes. M-Chan went and did D6 early, so he is technically ahead. The routes will converge once they go up the mountain range. Actually, would they? The routes would converge probably around going up the mountain range, yeah. But now M-Chan cleaning up his dungeon for... to continue your question, Wolfos split up Dungeon 4 instead of going to D6 early because she wanted to avoid getting the ghosts... the ghost side quest, which prevents you from entering dungeons while you have the ghost, because you hate it. Now, M-Chan doing a nice little super jump right there, because he doesn't need to fight the boss to get the warp point. And he gets his flipper. And Wolfos goes just right in for the kill, bomb arrows Master Stalfos to death. And what does she get for her prize? She gets the hookshot. The thing that we need to kill this boss. Now, M-Chan gonna do a nice little super jump, and then clink off of that P-hat in order to get up onto where the boss key for Dungeon 4 is. And now we don't even need. It's just a jump. Now here we go, fighting anglerfish. A spin slash, 2 bomb arrows, and we're having cold fish for dinner. So M-Chan finishes up his Dungeon 4, gets the... I can't remember the name of that instrument. But now Wolfos showing off that we can use the hookshot just before falling, and it allows us to grapple things like a hookshot does, and she goes in for a slime eel fight. So this guy's a bundle of fun. You have to get 8 hits on him. She gets 3 right there. After you get, I think, 5 hits or a certain number of rotations of his tail, he will start sending out fakes. And you really don't want to fake because it just wastes all the time. But he's dead. No fakes. Thank goodness. Now, Wolfos gets her Wind Marimba as M-Chan makes his way into Catfish's Maw. So, as of right now, M-Chan is a dungeon and a half ahead, I believe. M-Chan gets a Guardian Acorn. That's not the one he wants. Doesn't want that at all. He just gets rid of it. I should also mention, for the power-ups, you get Piece of Power and Guardian Acorn. It takes 3 hits to get rid of it. Or to exit the area. So now he gets the Piece of Power for Dungeon 5. He's going to be hard-pressed to hold on to this one. It's 1 hit. It's unfortunate. But now we've already seen this song and dance on both runner screens. M-Chan going to go shoot Master Stalfos full of arrows. He's going to try to get the good pixel. He gets it straight to the side, so now he could just fire a bunch of arrows at Master Stalfos. And he kills it. This is important, because remember how I said it drops a key anywhere else? It means you have a spare key now. And we're going to use that later. However, he still needs to go fight the other Master Stalfos in order to get his hook shot. He makes nice, clean work of that fight. Wolfos having a bit of trouble with her Armos Knight, but she gets it. Gets her face key, and she's off to the face shrine. So now, key thing for Wolfos is she wants Bow Wow to eat as many of these Armos as possible so she can get arrow drops. It is very important, as unlike M-Chan, she has gotten no refills on her arrows yet, and she needs at least, I'd give it 18 in order to finish everything up after she finishes Dungeon 6. So now M-Chan going in for his dumb jump. And he gets it first try. Both our runners doing just fine. Excellent. So now, to explain something that we didn't get to talk about on M-Chan's screen when we did it, you fire a bomb arrow here, and normally what would happen if Bow Wow was a friendlier creature is he would eat the cutscene trigger. This occurs because the bomb arrow pops out the cutscene trigger, which is an entity, and Bow Wow eats entities, such as monsters, Armos, what have you. And it just prevents the cutscene from happening. You walk off the screen, you walk back on, hey look, there's a dungeon here. Now M-Chan going in for his last kill on Master Stalfos, Wolfos going for her level 2 power bracelet. Both of them making clean work of these enemies. And I should also note that the level 2 power bracelet has 2 features, exactly 2. It allows you to pick up those giant elephant statues, and it lets you pick things up just a little bit faster. Which overall doesn't really mean anything. Now, M-Chan's gonna go do something that's a rather recent reroute to these dungeons. He's gonna pick up this arrow drop, he's gonna hookshot that, and now through the power of clipping, he's just gonna waltz right through there. The hook shot propels us through, and we basically just do a similar thing to the flock clip, except without text box in order to get through that gap. And now he used that key that he got earlier, and wham! He's at the boss room. And Wolfos not quite getting her the good start to that wizard room. So she has to use a spare bomb arrow to kill that one that was left. It's also good to note that we really don't want Piece of Power for the Slime Eel fight, because we have increased knockback with Piece of Power. That means that Slime Eel gets increased iframes, and that prevents us from getting the maximum amount of hits in on him. But M-Chan takes care of him, and he gets the win Marimba for his troubles. Wolfos making that little super jump, making it look easy. It's because you're typing in chat, M-Chan. When you watch this later, you'll understand. So now let's see if Wolfos can get him first try. Oh no. That's 2. 3. Third try is not bad at all. It's a roll of the dice when you have to do hotheads? Horse heads. Hotheads later. But now M-Chan's gonna be heading up the mountain. Because he's finished all but dungeons 7 and 8. Now Wolfos making quick work, doing a little jump and dance around facade. Easy boss, easy life. Now we won't be coming down from these mountains for a while. Wolfos getting her coral triangle. Very nice. And there we go. M-Chan gets obstacle skip another time. Fine work indeed. But now it's time for a most reviled trick in Link's Awakening DX. So this is the Rooster Cave. We're supposed to have the rooster here in order to get the bird key. That's on the far side of this cave. Why? Because there's a giant room with a giant pit. But if we do a long jump here using the Pegasus boots, and then pull out our hookshot and buffer to the point where we can see the hookshot go into Link, we can jump. Ooh, and M-Chan almost fallen. And he makes it first try, almost messing it up though. So that is Rooster Skip. And you can do that a lot faster by not buffering. But that's also dangerous. And if you fall, that loses you, 15, 30 seconds? It's nasty. Now, Wolfos is back at Dungeon 4. She's going to be here just to clean up, get the boss key, kill the fish, call it a day. Nice super jump, making it look easy. Now here we go, can she replicate what we saw earlier? Unfortunately not, she doesn't get the spin slash in time, she just falls too darn fast. 3 bomb arrows is all it takes, and there we go, anglerfish down for both our runners. M-Chan has now approached the Eagle's Tower, and has to sit through the entire cutscene, because Bow Wow would not agree with him again. Once again showing off that hitboxes work in this game. And now, if you've played the remake, if you played the original, you know this dungeon, Eagle's Tower, is a pain. You have to carry around a metal ball to knock down some pillars. Well, it's a little better in the speed run, just a little bit. So, what's just as good at knocking down pillars as a metal ball? Why, bombs. Controlled explosions. So M-Chan has shown off another method by which you can do bomb triggers. You could drop 2 bombs into a pit at the same time. Or within a frame of each other, rather. And down go the pillars. Without ever having set eyes on that horrid, horrid metal ball. So now do a quick little super jump here. Don't have to go around, and now we can just head straight up to the 3rd level of Eagle's Tower. And Wolfos making her way through the caves up to Tall, getting ready to do her rooster skip. Will she get obstacle skip yet again? Time will tell. And M-Chan's gone for a nice little trick here. It would be 1 pixel out from this wall in order to do this. And there we go, we do a naked super jump. Will he make it? And he makes it. That is Goomba Surf, ladies and gentlemen. You basically use the jump off the Goomba in order to make it up that ledge, and you just run straight on up. So here we go, he's fighting Evil Eagle. And all it really takes are some bombs. Some well-timed bombs. And Wolfos buffering a little early for her rooster skip. And M-Chan takes down Evil Eagle. Nice and clean. And through the power of buffering, Wolfos gets her rooster skip first try as well. I love it. And there we go, we get the Organ of Evening Calm on M-Chan's screen. Let's see what he has to say about this run. Hold. Oh, looks like I'm wrong. So now, we can open the Save and Quit menu, gain control of Link, so that way we don't have to fall back down into that pit and go all the way back up the mountain range, and instead just cut the trip in half. Now, M-Chan's going to be heading all the way to the west to Turtle Rock. Not to be confused with the Turtle Rock that's on top of Death Mountain. And, hey look, there's Marin! Bye, Marin. She gets eaten, don't worry. Man, Bow Wow isn't being kind to either of our runners today. There we go, nice hook shot over the pit which kills. In the original version of this game, Link's Awakening for the Game Boy, we have to use mushroom buffers in order to get across that pit, because we don't get the hook shot in the version. So now, M-Chan's heading towards this, the Flame Cave, which we normally need level 2 shield for, but using clipping, we prevent ourselves from having knockback because we're stuck in the wall, and we can just run on through. That is Flame Skip. Now, once again, the miracle of bomb triggers. 2 bombs, a couple of frames apart, bam, you wake up the turtle without ever needing to get the ocarina, or talk to Mamu to hear the horrible frog song of soul. Now, there's Dungeon 8. And Wolfos collapses her Eagle's Tower. Very nice work. Now, bomb arrows kind of break this dungeon. Blow up this wall. hop up here. Now here's the trick. We get to a specific position here. We have our hookshot in B because that's important, and we press buffer both A, B, and down out of that menu, and thus bookshot occurs and allows us to clip straight through that key block and go to Blano a bit early, who is significantly easier here than he is in the remake. You still don't want to get hit with his whirlwind punch, though, otherwise it'll send you not to the room behind you, but to the start of the dungeon. And now, never having to hit the switch, we could just super jump up there, and we get the magic rod. Not the fire rod, the magic rod. It shoots magic fire. It's important. I'll be testing you all on this later. And now just a little super jump there. Now let's go for a swim, shall we? A nice little lava swim, as it were. So, by doing Jesus jumps and slashing at the exact moment we land, we are able to swim in lava. And the magic rod's nice, powerful, takes down Fire in one shot, takes down anything pretty much in one shot. And hey look, it's Oddball again. Let's just do the same thing to him. And he's dead. Wolfos finishing off her eagle and getting the Organ of Evening Calm. And Roomba Room. There are many patterns to this room. All of them are different, but optimally you are able to jump while moving the Roomba to get in position to open up the chest a lot earlier. And now a couple of hops, get that arrow drop, then do a Jesus jump right here, hop over to the side. We're clipped on the wall, so now we can super jump out of it, and here we are, the boss fight. Hothead, D8. He has a very weird amount of health, but we gotta crack his face open first, and then it exposes the good fleshy bits underneath, and we can kill that rather quick. And now we get the Thunder Drum. And M-Chen getting a rite of passage. The Wang Boys. And now, M-Chen is completely done with all of his dungeons. He can head straight up to the mountain. But wait, he doesn't have the Ballad of the Windfish song. He doesn't have an ocarina. How are we going to open up the Windfish's egg? Well, my dear viewer, that is an excellent question. So, we do a little positioning here, and I'll shut up for a bit. My god, what an excellent song. So, now M-Chen, has entered the Windfisher's Egg, the final dungeon of the game. Now, things are going to go very fast here. Normally, you would have to go through the entire trade sequence, find the magnifying lens, read a book in the library to get the path through this egg, but it turns out there's a default. It's left, left, up, right, right, up, left, up. Same every time as long as you don't read the book. So now he's going to drop into the pit, and he's going to perform a bomb trigger while he's falling. This skips the opening cutscene for the boss, but it also means that we don't have music. Now he's going to position himself very carefully here, and when the blob jumps, he just lets it fall on his sword, and it's dead. Turns out you don't need the magic powder to kill it. This blob quick kill. Now, Aghanim. Aghanim has, after the first 2 energy balls, a 50-50% chance to throw out blue balls, which you can't reflect. Recently, thanks to Black SR, we have found a manipulation to get it 100% consistently based on position in order to get no blue balls. Eat your heart outs, link to the past runners. And it looks like M-Chan is doing the manipulation. And that is Aghanim down. So now he's going to position himself very carefully here, do a spin slash, and he doesn't get it, unfortunately. There is a way to lock Moldorm in place to make this a lot faster. Now we're going to re-equip Boots here. The last hit. And now Nightmare Ganon, just dash attack into him. That's it. There's no quick kill. There's no special thing, just dashed into his face. A lot. He's down. And hey look! It's a danger noodle! Wait, no it's not, it's just a ball. It's dead. That's what it is. And now, we have Deathel, Death Eye, what have you. It's whatever its name wants to be. You need to shoot 16 arrows into its eye. You can get about 4 arrows per cycle. M-Chan getting some really good luck there, but unfortunately misses it. He's at 7 right now. That's 11. And when the eye opens is random. And he finishes. He gets it. Not time yet, though. He has to get up the stairs and transition into the cutscene before we can officially call time. And M-Chan is clear with a rough time of 56:10. Rough time, I say, because I'm using Wolfos' timer to measure that. So now Wolfos, beginning her assault on Hothead. Now, Hothead can do a lot of damage. I forgot to mention earlier. He does like 4 hearts per hit, which is ridiculous. But she makes this piece of cake. She makes mincemeat out of him. And now will she get her wang, boys? She gets a side wang. Good enough. So now, Wolfos has cleared all of her dungeons. She is going to be heading to the egg herself. I did not quite see what her arrow count was, but I hope it's good. And I will point out, we've had Bao this entire time. We've never returned him. We don't need to. Alright, let's line up for that bomb trigger on Wolfos' screen. And I'll shut up again. Yo.
Oh, I guess Matt is muted.
Hey, I guess I'll mute then. Hey, we're muting for the song, actually.
Oh. Oops.
The both of you are banned. Your run is invalidated, M-Chan. Get out of this call. Get out of the server. You're out. You broke the one rule of the run. You had one job. And you ruined it. But yeah, good run. Not bad.
Yeah. Thank you.
But man, you need to just believe in yourself. You don't need to live cast the race in chat. Just deep breaths. Oh, Wolfos going for the bomb trigger, but unfortunately, because of technical reasons, she is unable to get it. So we're going to be having some music during this fight. But she's also well versed in the other quick kill for Blob. So aside from a bundle of nerves, how you feeling, M-Chan?
Well, after mob skip, I started to feel a little bit better about myself.
Then you stopped feeling better about yourself during D5.
Yeah, and I... if you saw my Rooster skip, I almost failed it.
Oh yeah, I know. Let's just say a curse was working overtime there.
Yep. But yeah, I'd say like overall, I'm really happy with how my run went.
Overall, not bad.
Especially like since, you know, being 20 seconds over my PB.
Now, I don't believe Wolfos is going to be going for the same Aghanim Manip that you did.
You can't do Manip if you get the text.
Ah, true. I always forget that. So we should also say, shoutouts to SpiceFather, who is supposed to be in this run. He developed the app that allows us to easily predict where Aghanim's going to go.
Oh, yeah.
To do the manipulation.
I should download that eventually.
You winged it, didn't you?
I did, actually.
Animal. I had a feeling.
So, sorry, Cal Fire. I was going to like donate $3 for how bad my RNG was, but seeing I got first try horse head and 0 blue balls.
You know what I think?
What?
I think you should donate 20 for screwing up Moldorm quick kill.
You're right.
And Wolfos gets her kill on Moldorm. Very nice. Stab him in the head a couple of times. Remind me, how many times do you have to hit Ganon in order to kill him?
12.
12? Alright. Hey, look! There is no danger snake. Oh, yeah. So she only needs 16 arrows. She's got 29. She's got this in the bag. She has plenty of health, too. Taking it nice and careful, though. Doing 3 arrows per cycle. Went for 4 there. But she currently sits at 6 out of 16. Sits at 10. 13. 16. Deathle down. And now, please, hold your applause until she gets on the stairs. She might die. So it turns out that the hitbox for Deathle is still active on his arms until he is fully gone. But Wolfos is done with a time of 102.40.
In LADX, you actually don't lose hearts, but in LA, you do lose hearts for getting hit by the arms. But yeah, you can still die if you're doing like other categories.
So Wolfos is clear. Very nice job.
Do we have time to talk about our runs, or do we have to move on to the next run? Okay.
Talk away.
All right. Well, already said how I felt about my run, and that my run was good. So, yeah.
Yeah. Good run. Easy fights, easy life. Hi, Wolfos.
Hello.
I'm afraid my prediction was not right this time, and I am sorry.
Well, I don't
But hey,
think
you got a
anyone...
bunch of zeros, so that's good.
I guess. Yeah, this run, like, it definitely wasn't my best, but it worked.
Still, 102. 102 isn't bad for a marathon race.
I'm sure M-Chan got some ridiculous time.
I got a 56:07. I'm
Of course he
sorry.
did.
It's okay, you know why, Wolfos?
Why is that?
He talked during your Ballad of the Windfish, so his run is invalid.
Ooh, boo.
I got zero horse. I got first try horse head and 0 blue balls. I'm sorry.
But of course, none of that matters because he talked during the Ballad of the Windfish.
Did he even try going for obstacle skip?
Oh yeah, he got them both, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
The first approach I actually had to fix myself. So, got it.
I'll be fair, during his first horse heads, I was focusing on your screen, Wolfos. Because it turns out that splitting the route is kind of hard for commentary.
Sorry. At least got to see 2 different things, I suppose.
That's what makes a race interesting, is if we're doing different things.
Apparently, according to the chat, I was some glorious commentator. I'm not buying
Ooh.
it. Not for a second.
Matt is always a glorious commentator.
Don't you start buttering me
This is why we hired you here.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
pay me. I'm not paid for this.
You're paid in chat appreciation.
Sure.
Okay, I think we're gonna start working on wrapping this up then. You guys, anything else you'd like to say before?
Yeah, go follow these runners. Follow M-Chan38338. I can't remember your
with
numbers.
a bunch of random numbers.
Yeah, you tell your own name.
MChan338.
And WhiteWolfos, which should be easier to spell.
Hooray!
Yeah. So, this is of course my 3rd year participating in Cal Fire Relief, and I want to once again thank everyone who's been a part of organizing Cal Fire Relief and allowing me to be a part of this event. With me running New Super Luigi and A Link to the Past, both in for the previous years, and with me running this game, which has now became my favorite speed game. I'm really happy to show this game off in this event.
Yeah, and thanks for having me. This is the very first marathon I've ever done, so that was fun.
Yeah. You did good.
Everybody did.
Everyone did amazing. It was a wonderful run. I enjoyed watching it.
And most of all, thank you to Calathon for allowing me to commentate, them to run. I think last time we were on here, things went into a dumpster fire as well.
So a good thing that didn't happen this time, right?
Oh, it tried to.
No, it was fun.
Discord tried to commit mutiny before this started.
Well, Discord always tries to
That's
get mutiny. Anyway,
Discord sucks.
we're gonna take a short break here, and then we're gonna move on to Super Mario Bros. 3 by Raiko Rider. If you're paying attention to the schedule, you'll notice that is not technically the next run on the schedule. We had to make a quick change due to a timing issue. And Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer will be... Or Crypt of the whatever. Yeah. Cadence of Hyrule will be after the Elder Scrolls Anthology by Chronos. So up next, we're going to have Super Mario Bros. 3 by Raiko Rider. Thank you, and we'll to our runners and commentator again, and we will see you guys in just a few minutes.
Yeah, stay tuned for the marathon, everyone.